curiosity, it's your best tool. Like if someone comes back after the weekend, right? Because this is a Monday, right? So if someone comes back after the weekend and you're now, we having a morning fika, we call that fika in Sweden. It's a coffee time, right? You have the morning coffee or the morning stand-up or the lunch, right? That Monday. And if you ask people, what did they do over the weekend? And if you ask some following questions, right? So for example, someone said, well, let's say, Madeleine, how did you spend your weekend?
Yeah. That's cool. I totally forgot. First of all, I tried to make ice cream yesterday. And the day before, I went to a national park around Bucharest, and I had a very nice day in the sun, relaxing, listening to some noisy birds. But yeah, I didn't think of work at all. So maybe this is something to everybody to use to just relax and not think about their work and their busy life.
Absolutely. So tell me, is it often that you make ice cream?
No, actually, it was the second time in my whole life, because I know that the first time didn't went that well. It was like hard rock ice cream. I actually couldn't. I had to let it melt for a bit. But the second time I did some research, and I have actually a machine, a device that is helping me to make the ice cream even thicker and smoother and easy to use.
What flavor was the ice cream?
We use cherries because now they are very good. The flavor is very sweet, so we use cherries. Usually, I like the one with vanilla and caramel, but it's not that easy to do with the caramel. I don't have that kind of skill to melt the sugar to become a very good caramel. But I tried with cherries, and I used white chocolate to make a vanilla ice cream with cherries and with cherry syrup. So it was a combination, very tasty combination. But
nice. But that sounds delicious, actually.
Yeah, it is. It is very delicious, and I enjoyed one cup this morning, and I will still let it freeze a little bit, for a few hours more to see. Maybe at some point it will be solid enough.
So if I would be your manager and you be that interested in how did you spend your weekend, on one side I will probably send the message that I actually care, right?
Yeah, actually, it's a starter for a small talk conversation because it's not intrusive, as this is what I really want to emphasize to other people. Try to be curious about other people, but don't be too intrusive. I had my errors in the past. People were telling me that when I actually wanted to create this kind of small talk conversation with them, I looked too intrusive. They felt like they were having an interview with me. So you can imagine, we need to pay attention to these kind of things.
And actually, if you think about that, and if I would, for example, look for ways to find out what motivates you, I mean, at the beginning you thought, oh, okay, so maybe this was a question about work, and I just share about what did I do during the weekend, and it was only my personal life. And I think that's exactly how most people think, because it's about what in our personal life and our private goals motivate us to actually come to work. And if us as leaders, we are able to make that link, right? In order for me to know what motivates Madalina, I need to also look outside of work to know what motivates her, right? So for example, what I have found out, and for everyone watching, although Madalina is my teaching partner, we have not played this before, we have not discussed this before, this is really impromptu. So what I have actually find out is that Madalina likes to spend time outside. Madalina likes to spend time with her boyfriend, right? So now I know that she has a boyfriend. you might feel this is personal information, but in order for me to be able to know what motivates Madalena, it will be helpful for me to know, because now all of a sudden she's not all of a sudden, but I know that she's not alone in her life, right? And I know that at some point there would be maybe some decision that she would make with her boyfriend that would impact her work. And if, for example, her boyfriend moves to another city, then maybe she would want some more flexibility in the work, or maybe she would go with that relationship to the next stage where she would need something different. So I need to be aware of all that. I need to be aware of the context, right? I know she likes to try new things. She said that to me.
Yeah.
Right? So these are some things, that some clues, just by paying attention, making some mental notes, and really being focused on the other person and having this small talk, it allows us to know what motivates other people, right? And knowing that maybe she'll be motivated by one of those experiences. And if I'm able to offer that kind of experience at work, right? Or link the way that, okay, so if you're motivated by trying new things, maybe you want to try new projects at work.
Yeah.
If you want to spend time, reading and playing cards with your boyfriend, maybe, a nice present for you would be a book.
Yeah, exactly. You got me there.
So I cannot assume that what I like, that's what Madalena would like, and everyone is motivated by the same thing. And so this is just to show that you don't really need, very advanced tools or stuff like that.